Boom! What's going on, everyone? I am Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and this is Toy Talk. Nothing says surf's up like a garbage truck. Tom Daniel, creator of most of Monogram's automotive kits back in the 1970s. He created a custom zany garbage truck that you could take to the beach. This became one of his more popular kits, along with the Paddy Wagon, beer truck, and Red Baron. More on Daniel later on in this video. I've got other videos coming up, so go on and hit that red subscribe button and ring the bell next to it in order to get notified of all of my future videos. Monogram. It was founded in Chicago, Illinois back in 1945 by two men. Those men were Jack Besser and Bob Reder. Monogram started off by making balsa wood model kits of ships and airplanes. By 1954, the airplane lineup included the Speedee Built series, which were rubber band powered airplanes. Soon after the airplane kits, model kits were created, and the first one being a jet-powered racer. Following closely on those was model ships, and the model ships included battleships, aircraft carriers, and cruisers of the famous navies. Monogram. They saw their competition starting to use plastic injection machines and plastic to create their model kits. Well, Monogram, not to be left out, decided to do the same thing and start using plastic with their model kits. And they did it for the same reason the other makers were doing. Die-cut wood parts for model kits survived from the 40s all the way up until 1957. However, plastic model kits were really taking over the market rapidly at this time. And by 1954, Monogram had produced their first all-plastic model kits. Imagine creating all-plastic model kits and marketing that way. Like AMT and all other manufacturing out there, and every manufacturer out there, their key to success is marketing. AMT had Bud the Cat Anderson. And from that other video about AMT, I talked about where Bud went out to custom car shows and customizing model kit shows in order to market AMT's products, and this was very successful in selling AMT model kits. Monogram. They had a star in a man named Tom Daniel. Tom Daniel created Off the Sketchpad articles which were run in Rod and Custom magazine. Off the Sketchpad were pictures of Daniel's custom car designs. Monogram's shop supervisor, a man named Roger Harney, happened to read this magazine and see Daniel's designs. He then went to Monogram management and got permission to get Daniels to design a new model kit for Monogram. Daniel's first design was the beer wagon. It was soon followed up by Red Baron. Daniel's designs were so successful that Monogram commissioned Daniel to create over 75 more designs from 1968 all the way up to 1975. These included the garbage truck, the Paddy Wagon, and many other wildly designed kits. The wilder the Daniel's design, the better the kit sold for Monogram. His designs contributed to the rise of Monogram in the model kit industry and the profitability of Monogram. Tom Daniels. His most famous creation was the Munsters coach. George Barris, he hired Tom Daniel in order to design the coach, and he had a very short timeline in order to build it. George Barris is often credited with the design, but it was really Daniels who designed the coach. All George Barris did was build the coach at Barris Custom Cars. Interestingly enough, Monogram did not create a kit based on Daniel's design for the Munsters coach. Instead, the Munsters coach came out in kit form by AMT. This was most likely due to the long-standing licensing agreement that AMT had with Barris Custom Cars. The model making business had gone well for most of the model makers, but there was a shift in consumer interest in the 1970s. Consumer interest shifted to other things, and that pulled the model builders away from the hobby. Monogram was affected just like all the others, but Monogram's quality of their kits and their choice of material kept the company in business and kept them profitable. When the company was bought by Mattel in 1968, custom car designs from Tom Daniels and other designers were now available in small scale and large scale. The small scale versions were Hot Wheels and made in die-cast, while the large scale ones were in plastic kit form by Monogram. In the 1970s, Monogram marketed and leased their kits onto the international market to take the company worldwide. Another model kit manufacturer, Aurora, who manufactured more toy-like model kits, was failing in the 70s. So in 1977, Monogram acquired the Aurora molds and began producing those model kits. A side note, many of those Aurora molds happened to actually be lost or damaged in a train derailment when they were being transported over to Monogram's factory. But miraculously, a lot of those kits later on came out again anyway. Tom Gannon, the former president of Monogram under the Mattel ownership, in 1984 got a group of investors together and bought Monogram from Mattel because Mattel wanted to sell it. This was short-lived though, because the investors changed their minds and Monogram went right back on the market. Odyssey Partners, they purchased Monogram in 1986. A few months later, they also purchased the other model kit maker, Revell, and they merged the two kit makers together, forming Revell Monogram. They put Revell's logo on top and out front because Revell had the bigger name at the time in the industry, even though Monogram was actually the profitable model kit maker. In 1994, Hallmark Cards purchased Revell Monogram. Yes, I did say Hallmark Cards. And Hallmark then moved Revell Monogram into their Benny and Smith division. If you've never heard of Benny and Smith, you've probably still used their products, because Benny and Smith owns the wildly popular brand name Crayola and makes Crayola crayons. In September of 2001, Benny and Smith completed the sale of Revell Monogram off to Alpha International. Alpha International is a Cedar Rapids-based company that specialized in die-cast and collectible products. Just a short year later, Alpha sells Revell Monogram off to Gearbox Toys, also of Cedar Rapids. On May 2nd, 2007, Hobbyco announced that they had acquired Revell Monogram LLC. It was at this time that the Monogram name was dropped. It disappeared out of the logo, it disappeared from all the advertising, and now Revell just stood alone. Kind of a bummer for the fans of the Monogram name. But the Monogram name still belonged as a trademark and an asset at Hobbyco Inc. It just didn't appear on any products anymore. On June 30th, 2018, it was announced that Hobbyco had filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy and went into liquidation. Revell and its associated trademarks, Revell Monogram and Monogram, were sold off to a German investment company called Blitz during this liquidation. Blitz, based in Munich, would also buy Hobbyco Germany. Blitz continues the Revell product lines today, but there is no word at all on whether or not they'll ever bring back the Monogram name. I kind of doubt they ever will, because it's been so many years since Monogram has graced a product or an advertisement. Monogram, they've had a rich and colorful history, and they've provided tons of enjoyment for millions and millions of fans worldwide. Their kits are still available on the secondary market today, and often they fetch quite a sum of money. So go on and please cherish your Monogram kits. Monogram, they made all of their kits based on a scale. And to go along with that, I have a report on Skeele. It gives you all the details on the most popular scales of die-cast and plastic cars and trucks. So go on and grab your free copy at the link in the description below. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notified of all of my future videos. And I'd really appreciate it if you would go on and share this video with your friends on your social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and this is Toy Talk.